Hey, what's up, guys? Martial arts school owners. This is very important for you to understand as you're going out to get more attention in your business. Yes, you have to make sure that the classroom floor is dynamic and strong and you're providing an exceptional service to all of your members. But the one thing that's killing your business that you cannot forget about is marketing, getting attention, okay? And you need to get attention with intention. So I'm going to go over 3 stages of marketing and getting attention that if you can master this, if you can dominate this, it will change the game in your martial arts business. But also along with that, not only do you need to understand it, you got to make sure that you've got the rest of your team on board with this as well. You see, I used to, when I was a martial arts teacher in South Carolina, I would write down my goals every day. And one of the things I would write down as one of my goals is I wanted to be the best well-known person in my community, in my area there. It's called the CSRA. It's in South Carolina. And I wanted to be the best known in that area. Now, what I didn't realize that I know now is I was still thinking too small. I should have been thinking way bigger than that. However, it was that mindset that I had that drove me every day to go out and get attention in my community, get involved in church, get involved with the school system and in the elementary schools and the middle schools in the area, get involved with the charity events, all these different things just to get myself out there. But I had an intention behind it because not only was I going out there and getting myself known, I was attached to the brand of our company as well. So people brought the two together. We were synonymous together.
Do you run a karate school? Do you want to own a business and not a job? I'm Aaron Hensley with Rise USA. I owned over 20 martial arts schools, 6 different states, 3 different time zones, 50 plus full-time staff members. I'm going to help you learn how to scale and own a business while you still impact your community and you can love what you do. Download this free guide right now. I'm going to help you rise.
And it gave us the ability to be able to expand our brand in the area. So for you, what are you doing to get attention outside of even just the normal routes? You see, everybody dumps a ton of money into advertising and digital ads. And yes, those work, they're good, but that should be a supplement to everything else that you're doing, right? Especially now, think about how many times if you get on your phone and you scroll on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform you're using, how many ads do you pass by as you're scrolling through your phone? Tons. You can't even comprehend how many you're going through because you just get so used to seeing it that your brain blocks it out unless you're already looking for it in the first place. You scroll through tons of ads every day, driving down the road, all the billboard ads that you see, all the signs, like your mind goes numb to that at some point. So what are you doing to stand out from all those other things? That's where getting involved in your community, whether that's through the local school systems, being at every registration day event, open house event, doing the school carnival and fair, helping with the PTO or the PTA with their parents' night out, doing an event for the kids. Like that's where getting involved and getting attached to those brands that are already dominant in your area is going to be a huge benefit for you. Who are the other big players in your area that share a target audience with you? The Targets, the Chick-fil-A's, the places where your families that are in your school, the parents are already spending their time, their energy, and their money, and getting yourself attached to those brand names as well. So that way you're synonymous together. Like, where are you looking for those opportunities? The first step is you just have to get attention. Whatever it takes in order for you to do that, screaming from the rooftop if you have to. But getting attention is going to be the first thing you need to be able to do in order for you to dominate and capitalize on your opportunity as you're looking to bring on more students and grow your martial arts school. And you've got to look for every opportunity possible in order to do that. The second thing you need to do after you get the attention, after you get the eyeballs, you got to be good enough to keep it. So how do you actually keep that attention? This is where I like to think your social media comes into play. I've got the eyeballs, I've got the attention. Now, how do I keep them engaged? That's another word for this is engagement. Same thing when you teach a martial arts class. You want your students to be engaged while they're training on the floor. If they're not engaged, if they're checked out, they're not learning, they're not growing. If the parents aren't engaged, if they're not hanging on to every single word of the instructor on the martial arts floor, but instead they're scrolling on their phone or handling other issues or problems, or even worse, they're not even there. That tells you that they're not engaged. It's going to be easier for them to quit one day because now they don't see you as an investment. They see you as another bill, just like all the other bills. And what do we want to do to bills? We want to get rid of them. So What are you doing to keep that engagement of your audience once you capture it? This is where you have to separate yourself as the expert in your space. Everybody in your area should know that you are the go-to person, not just when it comes to martial arts, but what are some of the other things that you do? You market to people that you teach discipline and focus and respect and child development. Why not market yourself as the expert in that? Every martial arts school talks about how they teach focus and discipline and respect and all of these things. Man, what if you're not the best martial arts school in the area? What if you are the best child development center in your area? Whatever that means, like however you want to phrase that. But man, when it comes to personal development for kids, you're the go-to expert. You're the best, right? We talk about best known beats best, and that's true. You want to be the best in what you do. You want to teach the best classes, have the best impact, but you also have to be best known as well. You see, I remember this one time I was at the gym and working out, and I went to go sit in the sauna, and some guy recognized me as I'm sitting in the sauna, and he's like, "Hey, are you Cameron?" I'm like, "Yeah, who are you?" Like, this is some random guy I've never met before sitting in the sauna after my workout, and somehow he already knows who I am. And he goes on to say, "Oh man, I recognize you from social media. I follow Aaron Hensley. I actually know him, and I've seen you on a lot of his posts." So he recognized me through seeing and knowing and recognizing Aaron. But then that goes to show you it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you, right? So I don't need to know every single person in my community. I don't need to know every other business owner, every other martial arts school, every parent, but it's about, do they know you? When they think about martial arts, when they think about personal development, when they think about leadership, are you the first company? Are you the first brand? Are you the first person that pops into their head when they think about that? If I were to wear no branding at all and walk into a mall in your area and I interviewed and polled 100 people, just random people passing by, and I asked them, hey, first martial arts school, best martial arts school you think of, tell me now. Hey, best facility in the area for personal development for kids. Hey, best facility in the area for leadership in youth and kids, or whatever your niche is. If I were to go poll 100 people in a random mall in your area, poll 100 random people, how many times is your name going to pop up on that list? That'd be a fun experiment actually to try. See how known you actually are in your area. Obscurity is the thing that's going to kill you in business. If people don't know who you are, what you do, and what your mission is, then how are you going to have a greater impact in your area? You could be the best martial arts instructor in the world, but if nobody knows who you are or what you do, and you have 0 students, are you really the best? So it's all about making sure that you go out there, and once you get it, you engage it, you keep it, and then the next step from there is you convert it, right? And conversion can be money, it can be into new students, it can be into referrals, it can be into opportunities. There's a lot of different paths that the conversion route can go, but that's the last step, and that's where training is going to be required. So once you get the attention, you keep it and convert it. How are you going to actually convert that attention to now being a new student for you or being an upgrade? Because you also still have to do this with your current members as well. You have to continue to get and keep their attention so that way they stay with you longer. Are they committed to the mission and the vision and the goal of what it is you're working towards as a school and as a community there? So that's where the training for yourself and for your team is going to be super key, whether that's sales training for you, whether that's handling objections, whether that's making sure that the product and the value that we're giving on the classroom floor is incredible. And not only are we doing a great job of getting people in the door, we're doing a great job of locking the back door to where people don't want to leave. And not only that, but they're actually inviting their friends and family to want to grow the community and build you guys up even more. This is where you have to be okay asking the hard questions, leaning in, putting a little bit of positive pressure, so that way you can take your school to the next level and you can make a bigger impact in your community the same way you set out to do when you first started the business in the first place. So those are your 3 stages of marketing that if you master that, if you understand it, and you go all in on it and you keep it a daily focus, man, you can transform your entire business. Not overnight, but for sure, you definitely can transform that business over time to be a dominant force in your community. So get the attention, keep it, convert it, but also make sure that you have the tools necessary, the skill set, you're training daily, so that way you can do this with intention every single day. Hey, hope this helps you guys out. Hey, click the link below for more information. It's attached to this video. We'd love to connect with you and help you guys take more action in your business so that way you can dominate and continue to build a stronger culture and community in your martial arts school.